that back. This is PSA, Philly Service Announcement, Takeover Tuesday, Tuesday Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Resources, and Art. So I am the assist, African, support and strength, inspiration and success together. I need to go to speech class again. My S's is not coming out no more. I worked on this for a long time in elementary school. I gotta give a shout out to my co-host Nick, Raw Cannon. Shout out to all the Cannons, the whole family. My brother Mal, you know, my brother Zoo, Show, Train, I'm drawing a blank, but I'm gonna come up with these names, man. Shaku, Duke, you know what I mean? Who I'm leaving out? Mookie, Charles. You know what I'm saying? Henny, Cav, that's Cav for real to me. Zuberi, I think I said Zuberi already. I'm my man Marquise. I ran into Mark on 52nd Street. I'm gonna get with you, bro. I know the number. I'm gonna send you all the information. We definitely gotta get together. There's a lot of brothers out there, man. My folks, I got major love for these boys. The names is not coming, but I just wanted to throw that out there. You know what I mean? Bug, and it was really like all like jail boys that I was locked up with. There's a lot of homies that I ain't go to jail with. I ain't shout you out. It ain't because it ain't love. We ain't going through nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got I got two homies right now, two of my brothers right now, right? And they on the outs with each other. You know what I'm saying? For whatever it is. But it's like they calling me like if they ain't talked to me in a while. They calling me talking about what I did something. Bro, you ain't do nothing to me. And I'm not talking to you because of the other motherfucker. I love both of y'all. Y'all ain't gotta fuck with each other. It is what it is. We grown men. Life is what it is. But I fuck with both of y'all. And because y'all not deal with each other, it's not gonna make me not, make me not deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in the mix. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to create. While they got us so backwards that we think destroying is what's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels comfortable to us. The whole I fuck shit up attitude. You know what I'm saying? That's all they left us with. And I get in that shit sometimes, and that shit is beneficial because of how we had to come up. But that shit don't have a real production at the end of it for real. It don't produce, you know what I'm saying, without systems, without organizing. You know what I'm saying? Like on every level. That's how, I'm with the fuck shit up shit. I'm with that because that's a part of this shit too. Violence is necessary. I don't give a fuck with y'all, but the way in which that we are acting this shit out, especially against each other, is not beneficial. I tell y'all all the time, like we have been weaponized, even those of us who know. It's hard for us to fight against our orientation. The residue. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to fight against it. You know what I mean? And that they made us the perfect weapon for them. You know what I mean? They weaponized us against each other like everything is so final. And I'm trying not to get in that lane with anything. I've been maintaining, but certain things you just, you gotta take your time from it. I'm big on that. Like fall back. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker can't be mad at you for falling back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fall back so you can see clear sometime. So you can get your shit together. And sometimes just so you can get away from bullshit. Like, it is what it is. So, shout out to everybody, all the Africans. I love black people! I haven't said that in a couple of days. I like saying that. You know what I mean? So, the first thing I want to talk about, because I don't want to forget it. I wrote it down, but I wanted to talk about something else too, but I forgot what it was before I wrote it down. It'll probably come to me after the fact. But the first thing is, as a man, right? Wherever we think being a man is. So for me, being a man is being with black women. Not so much as like sex and all that, but that's a beautiful thing too. Like I don't shy away from telling people sex is amazing. It's amazing. But the fact that it's just sex now is the problem. Like it's just getting your shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like we so over sexualized in this country and in the world now, because porn is a 8, 10, $12 billion business. And it's extreme escapism because, sex is a sedative. People wonder why people in impoverished places continue to have, because sex make you feel good, and you could chase it so much as like any other drug, especially when you minimize it to just getting your shit off. So you got a bunch of horny motherfuckers who take horniness to a level because they have no sexual discipline. They have no personal discipline. So they can't not, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody is so over-sexualized that they think everybody is over-sexualized. So they think everybody on the shit they on. Can't stop touching yourself like a motherfucker in jail. You had motherfuckers who just couldn't stop with the books. Lost their mind damn near with the books. Because you trying to find stress relief. And you sexually repressed. Because sex is, you know, being horny, I tell people, is like being hungry. They both are survival instincts. Like, horniness really supposed to lead to reproduction, not necessarily just busting a nut. But now that they got it, that motherfuckers don't know how to control they horny. And that's then become culturally okay. You know, women talking about too much sexually that I feel like it should be like some private shit and it's all over the place now. Nothing's private. And then dudes be so aggressive. We live in rape culture. Niggas is damn near raping motherfuckers out here and think that it's not rape. It's like she wanted it. Because you so over-sexualized, you really believe that. You really believe that everybody moving on that motion. Men and women believe it. It's kind of the ways that we fucked up relationships. Because we don't really understand ourselves. We don't understand what these things promote. It's instinctual. It's about life. It's not about getting your shit off. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what got us on some weird shit. We can't even have real relationships with each other. Because we so over-sexed. Like we're over. It's crazy, man. You know, you listen, I can go into the things, but I know from the standpoint of being in prison and what it can do to your mind. If you don't try to practice some type of sexual discipline, even with yourself. Masturbation is not okay every day. I'm just saying. It's not. You're not supposed to be doing that every day. You don't have nothing else going on. Because you're over-sexualized. So you think it's the drug. Like, I got to just get it off. That'll make me feel better. And then you want to do it again. And then you can fucking hurt yourself. Seriously. So, and you can hurt other people like that. So that the first joint is like, being a man to me, right, is being with black women, like being in and around black women. It's not sex. Motherfuckers believe like I just be out here just fucking everybody. No, that's not me. Do I enjoy black women? Yes, I do. Do I take black women serious? Yes, I do. Do my relationships have issues with them because of perspective, point of view, information, emotions, misunderstanding, the whole night? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But I'm always going to maintain, I know how I go into a thing with somebody, it's love for real. Like, I'm really trying to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a funny thing about, the other thing for me about being a man is responsibility. I'm not going to be able to take care of everybody, but if nobody was calling my phone, something's wrong with me as a man. Because somebody got to be able to depend on me for something. Lift some heavy shit. Protect you, money, advice, information, something. If you're a man and your phone is not ringing at all, nobody can depend on, you're not a man, bro. You just not. Like, if nobody can depend on you for nothing, it's a part of you that's supposed to crave it. Not do what a lot of us do and overextend ourselves, which we do. We let our ego get in the way in trying to help. But it's still a thing there, like, if nobody was on my phone for nothing, and I consider myself a man, you need to dig yourself, homie. Because if you're one of them dudes that people look at and be like, oh, he all frail, he can't pick shit up. He can't fight, he ain't gonna protect you. That nigga don't never get no money. You can't call him about no money. That nigga don't read no books. He don't got no information. Like, what are you here for? And I've been seeing motherfuckers think that that's okay. To be the nigga that nobody is dependent on, because you get to hide over in the corner and don't live up to that responsibility. But you want all the man shit, though. Your hand is out when the man rewards are coming. Like being with a black woman. Because that's a man reward to me. Me being a real man, black women understand it. They respect it. They like it. And I try to hold up my end of the deal. Not no player shit. Because I ain't on that. Motherfuckers might think it, but it's not true. If you knew my life, you would know that I'm not. But I deal with black women, though. Like, it's a necessity. We need to be with each other. We social by nature, and we go and it's a very, she has no weaknesses and I have none. It's only a weakness if we're not doing shit together. That's when it's a weakness. Because what I do, she makes it stronger, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's like I go get the food, I bring it back to the house, she cultivates it, nourishes it, makes chicken 30 different ways. Make sure it's not going to kill me, it's not poisonous, it's cooked correctly. All of that is super important. It's just as important as getting the meat. There's no, I went and got it, but I cooked it and I made it into what we needed in this home. I made it something nourishing for us. My job is just as important. My duty and my role is just as important. You know what I mean? It's funny, I was telling somebody, even the way that we are made, like I learned something going, being on this journey with my daughter, my youngest daughter, Suhana, that I wasn't able to be on with my oldest daughter, Sakile. And people know, like my daughter is autistic, so we are learning all of like developmental stuff. Like you gotta be on it. You know what I'm saying? And I always say the same thing. If you was going to be a parent anyway, then this is not going to be that much difficult. You know what I mean? But one of the things about women being the first like nourishers and cultivators is, what I learned is, children learn better when you're on their level. And it made me think about, okay, how to wait. Now I know most people we started off as like people that were like 3 feet tall, almost 4 feet tall. Twa. The first people, Buddha was a Twa. That's why he's so short. And a Twa is people that migrated. Not people that migrated, but Twa. Buddha was a Twa. Twa migrated from Africa into different parts of the world. But the first people were all short. The disrespectful name they gave them was like pygmies. It's white people shit. But they was actually called Twa. You might see it spelled TWI or TWA, but they were the first people. They were African folk. They come from the base of the Nile. Mount Kilimanjaro. Look it up. But they traveled into other places because they had a lot of skill sets. Again, Buddha was a Twa. Buddha was a highly informed, intelligent, spiritual man. He got that information from the base of the Nile. The same thing I say about the leprechaun shit. I like to tell y'all that story about how not leprechauns, but Twa moved into the British Isles where Ireland and all of that is at. And they thought that they was magical because they learned how to grow food and vegetation underground, colors they had never seen from food. They magically delicious, the rainbow, all that. They was talking about vegetation that wasn't in the British Isles, that the Twa took to the British Isles and where the Irish folks lived at. And they learned how to grow underground and live underground. And the Irish was just, white folks. They was just it was some magical shit to them. And that's how the story of the leprechaun became a thing. But that's also because those people traveled. So the first people were small. The first person that was ever the oldest known bones is a black woman. Those are the oldest known bones. Look it up. It's not no magical shit. She wasn't no reptile and none of that good shit. She didn't come in a spaceship. I'm just, look it up, bro. Like, what the fuck? She was like 4 feet tall. And most of the people, and we started growing height because of adaptation to environment, survival, evolution. So she was the first known person. She was a short person. Most of the people initially were short, 3 to 4 feet tall. But one of the things I understood of why women didn't necessarily grow to the height that men did, because women are the first teachers. And what I learned from my daughter was the reason why kids who got brothers and sisters learn, and I had heard this before, but hearing it again and going through the journey with my daughter, it was like, okay, I get it. Like kids who got brothers and sisters usually learn how to talk quicker because the people who are dealing with them are on their level. They're learning from somebody that's on their level all day long. And not saying that moms are that short, but women are shorter than men. And where that works into our environment and how she is the cultivator and teacher is she's closer to the baby's level. So if she's going to be the first teacher, that would make sense. And then we find out that children learn better when people are on a level. So they would tell you, sit down, get on your knees, find a chair so you can be on the child's level because they take the information in better if you are. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, to really understand the importance of why she grew to be the size that she did. And then me in the other half, I can carry the child places where she can't. I can potentially carry her. It kind of tells me my role. When when a woman stands behind you and it's like you almost like covering her up, it's a feeling that comes with that. A feeling of protection. The whole thing of make me feel small or pick me up. That's how we work together, because in those terrains, I might need to do that. And while I'm there, she got my back. She making sure I'm good. I'm protecting her from the front, but she making sure nothing don't happen to me from the back. And it's funny because even when you find out that women are more accurate than men, it's like we're moving around and she can see these distances that I can't see, and she can be very accurate to make sure she got my back. While I'm doing the brutality up front because I'm bigger and I'm built to do that, she's equipped. Even when you look at her, she's small. And this is something that came from European Arab culture. Because of the environments that they came from, they started looking at women as being liabilities the same way they look at children. And you can see it still shows its face culturally. But, and I tell these stories a lot because we need to understand, like, our roles. And it's no deficiency in either one. We work together. And when we at odds, that's the reason why our community is like it is. Culturally, we are at odds and we're cool with it. We're cool with distrust. We cool with disloyalty. We preach it now. We expect it. We move on it. So we'll never have good relationships because we're going into every relationship assuming, and it's like all of us having the same conversation. Well, women be acting like this normally. Well, men be acting like this normally. And that should have killed your relationship, whatever level you trying to be. But that's in our situation. That's in our music. It's in our movies. It's how we relate to each other now. We relate to each other from a standpoint that there is no trust. That you're not going to have my back. That friendships can't last a long time. To the point where I remember coming to jail, it started to become a thing where dudes was cool with your man, you not being able to trust your man with the gun. He ain't your man then. Not being able to trust him with the money. Not being able to trust him around your woman. Because if you really my dog, I'm expecting like my woman is going to be protected around you the same way, vice versa. That's what we create, a unified front. We creating a family now. Because you my brother, and this my wife, and that's your wife, a woman, and we going to respect it and make sure that these families is protected together, your wife included. So I'm not going to try to take your wife from my wife, but I'm a damn near treat her like I treat my wife outside of those intimate moments that make sure that that's your wife. But we a family, so I'm going to make sure both of these homes is protected the same way I'm thinking that it's going to be the same thing. We come into shit we don't build on that type of shit no more. And we done popularized, like I said, disloyalty and distrust. So we preach it so much, that's how we move. And we expect it. And we take that type of energy in the rooms we go into. Thinking that you can't trust, I can't trust none of these niggas. These niggas is on angles. So now you on angles. So if you could have made, and I'm not saying it happens everywhere, but it happens too much. And I hear people saying it too much. You know you can't trust niggas. What? I ain't no fucking nigga. We ain't niggas. But that's really what's going on. Like, we believe it. And our friend relationships, our family relationships, that's the story that you hear more than anything else. Like, the other side of it is not even a possibility when you listen to us talk sometimes. I remember I was upstate and I started seeing like they always talking about Hollywood marriages and people follow those trends mistakenly, foolishly. But I started realizing that forever was only 7 to 10 years. Like, motherfuckers will get married and, it's expected that they're going to be married for like 7 years, 10 years. Then it's a wrap. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, damn, they done turned forever to 7 to 10 years. That's craziness. So it's just a funny thing, man. We definitely got to look a little bit more into our roles and how they really work alongside each other. And every situation, we can't come into it thinking people are not. We want to start thinking people will. And I try to temper myself no matter what I'm going through, because I'm not, shielded from any of these things that I'm talking about. So I even have to stay mindful that I don't want to be looking at relationships like they have to fail. that they have to be effed up. You know what I mean? Like we gotta have some sneaky stuff go on. We gotta, like I'm into like understanding the relationships a little more, change the relationship if need be. Like change it. Like y'all might not be built to be best. Y'all might be built to be just friend. Y'all might not built to be, married. Y'all might just be boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I mean? Even though as adults, I don't like when people call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. We in our 30s or 40s or something like that. But you understand what I'm saying. Y'all might just supposed to be friends, man. Like your understanding is your understanding, but we really need to know how to have. We need to start learning more about how to have relationships, like all of us, because we've been put in a space where our relationships are told that they're not meaningful and they can't be meaningful. Not saying that we don't have meaningful relationships, but we need to talk more about what are, and I know people say it all the time, but what are healthy relationships, man? What are they? And not get twisted up like people be like on some selfish shit, thinking, I got boundaries and all that, but you that's just a job for you to think you could do whatever you want or treat people however you want and say, well, that's my boundary. I can do that if I want. You don't have to accept it. This is what I want to do. And it's like, all right. That's selfishness, because at some point you have to answer to the group. It don't work no other way. It really don't. It don't work no other way. You have to, like, all that, I don't give a fuck what people say. All that shit that's been breeded in you, that's wrong. We need to care about it, because once upon a time, it didn't come from a fucked up place that you cared, that you wanted to make your dad proud or your mom proud or your friends proud or whoever you say you love proud. Now it's I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. That's selfish. Because it always turned back into a motherfucking need and shit from other people after you done acted like that and talk like that. Because we going to always need each other. We social by nature. All this, I get away, and I get away too, but I know I need people. I know I need to talk to people. I know I need to be around people. I need to be loved, and I need to be loved on. And I need to do the same thing to people around me. Shit not always going to be sweet, but it's still a real thing. And I do believe, like, it's you can change the group of Africans that you around, and it still be all real. Like, you might need to be around other people for a while. Because I don't believe, like, relationships supposed to be from birth to death. Like, I really do believe that it's different ways to work on this. You know what I'm saying? You could really have a relationship with somebody for 10 years, and that be y'all season. Because it was meant to be like that. Everybody not going to be from the beginning to the end. And then I hear a lot of people talking about the family I create and all that shit. Both is important. Because we done did this shit. Because I'm on that shit right now with my own family. And I know it. But I feel like when I'm around and they not necessarily doing anything to me per se, but I feel like when I'm around, like, I gotta do everything. Like, I supposed to do everything. And they don't necessarily say this to me. But my obligation as a brother, as an uncle, as a son, is like, yo, you gotta, and I'm like, I need my time to do just what I need to do, build and create, because that's going to be more beneficial to everyone. Not just had time to be out here on my own shit, blowing money in that, because I don't do that anyway. For real, for real. Again, if you know me, I be running around, but it don't be in the mix like that. It be really about work and trying to push it together. So I feel like, again, I know as a man, if you're not responsible for anything, like all them dudes in that picture responsible for something. Every last one of them responsible for something and stand up to it. Cool with it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what's meaningful to me. If you say you a man, you can't go off by yourself and just be like, fuck everybody. Because for me, being a man is you're responsible for some things. And there's a certain expectation that people have for you. Is it always correct? Nah. Can you always hold up? Nah. Do you let your ego, again, like I said earlier, get in the way at times? Yes, you do. But it should always be moving towards being responsible for something. You know how they be like, you believe in something bigger than yourself. Are you responsible for enough? You know what I mean? As much as that phone get on my fucking nerves, if my phone wasn't ringing, I would feel at a deficit. Like nobody don't think I can do shit for them. You know what I mean? And then, people can make it into whatever they want to make it to listening to what I'm saying, but y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is clothes. So I was thinking about something earlier. I'm like, damn, why do older people, I would consider myself an older person. I'm 45. Why do I notice so much of what we do is similar to what 25-year-olds do and wear? I mean, even exactly how they wear it. I think I feel some type of way that young people are not aspiring to dress like me. Like, I'm trying to get to that level where he is at. Now, I be dressing like a working motherfucker. I be bummy, a lot of days. And, it is what it is because I know my day can turn into anything. You know what I mean? But I just be looking at, like, trends. And all of the trends from, like, 18 to, like, 60 is leading towards a motherfucker that's between 18 and 26. Like, older people even trying to listen to young people music regularly, like, and it'd be like, what are you doing? Like, you don't have to be hip. You don't have to be up on this shit. Not saying that you shouldn't be, or it's this big ass problem, but like, I know, I'm watching. Like, what is the songs that y'all playing in the background of these videos and these posts and stuff? It ain't Al Green. Y'all on the new, whatever the newest shit is, that's what y'all on. Men and women want to be hip. Want to say that you down. Want to tell, I've watched people. Want to tell a young person so bad, yeah, I'll be listening to so-and-so. What? When I was young, I aspired to listen to the shit my mom and them listened to. Because they had their own fucking lane. And they wasn't perfect, but my mom and them was responsible adults. And they went to cabarets and ski trips and shit like that. Dressed a certain way. And I wanted to do that. I aspired to do that. Why the fuck we aspiring to be 18 and 21 now? Why they not watching us and wanting to wear what we wear? Seriously. I just like, something is broken with older folks in this world of like social media. The only thing I need to know that stuff for is to know how to deal with younger people a little better, to understand what their perspectives are. Like, this is what y'all listening to. This is where y'all getting y'all information from. And I use that to be, and I'm not saying that you can't wear no new fashion. I'm not saying that. But I see motherfuckers on Instagram thinking it's super thorough that have on their same outfit that you've seen Lil Uzi Vert wearing. Or fucking Lil Durk or Leaf Ward or whoever the popular young motherfucker is at the time. You got grades with your beard shaped all up, wearing all this super tight ass shit, dressed like a young boy. And we celebrating that shit. When really you done made it to a point where these young boys wanna dress like you because you certified, you solidified as a man. You done put your work in. And I ain't talking about no street shit. I'm talking about being a father, being a builder, being a creator, being a provider, a protector, a husband if that's what it is. Like, you're doing things that should be honored and should be looked up to. Like, we ain't doing that shit no more. We trying to get in the lane with them. How the fuck everybody from 18 to 60 want to be the same age and the age is 16? It's like, no, it ain't far off though. It's like 21 or 22. Like, it's a wild joint, man. And it's a lot of components into it. You know what I mean? Like, we can get, imagery is important. Media has always been a driving factor in influencing thought. And you need to be able to break that down to younger people. It's funny because young folks seem to be breaking the media down to us. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't necessarily have information, you have some level of wisdom. But just because you've been around a long time don't mean you wise or you know shit. Because people try to stand on that shit too. But you don't know the intricate details. You didn't go that far. You were just in the middle of it. You were just being affected by it. You didn't know why it was going on. You didn't know when it started. or any other part of it. It's like we know about welfare after the fact. You know what I mean? What it really was doing. Prison industrial complex. We learned that after they sent damn near every neighborhood across the country to jail for drugs. That this thing was premeditated. Do we know what premeditated means? Because, like, being dumb, it seemed like it's cool. I'm a stand on that. I'm listening to motherfuckers be like, why you gotta use that word? Like, what? Look it up. You got a phone in your hand. I seen something dope where, like, somebody had the joint on their phone where a vocabulary word pop up every hour. And I was like, damn, that's dope. That's what you using your phone for? That's dope. You learning a new word every fucking hour that you look, and you might not commit it to memory, but if you doing this, I thought that was dope. I was like, damn, that's what these phones is really for, with all this information in them. But I really do notice, like, people make excuses about not reading, not knowing words. They try to. I've really, and I don't care. I've never had the experience. Not saying that it wasn't happening and it doesn't happen, but the whole speaking proper and knowing words, you sound white and all that. I've never had the experience of anybody from my neighborhood like trying to shun me or make me seem corny or whatever because I was smart, or I like being smart. I like reading. I like being into information and so forth and so on. I never had that issue. So when I hear that, it doesn't stick with me, but I know that it exists. You know what I'm saying? Because they've always been trying to dumb us down to shun those of us who have a certain amount of information. Because that keeps us on that hamster wheel, not going nowhere. And we don't want you to make people information. Like, we really need to get to that space where we are enlightened like our ancestors were. When you talk about the zenith, Egypt, or Kemet, if the real name is Kemet, being the zenith. Being a zenith of thought. Without all this fake modern shit that y'all think is really helping, but it's really shutting off parts of your intellect. Because it's doing it for you. It's the simplest way to explain it is people not knowing how to tell time now, or not know how to write in cursive. The reason why those things go away, because it's like, what do you really need to write for when everybody is typing everything? What do you need to tell time for when every device has digital time? So what your brain do is shut that part off. You can't do it. It's like the advent of the calculator. My elder used to say that to me all the time. That's what this shit is doing. It's shutting off parts of your brain that's supposed to be thinking. And you like, it's at my fingertips. Motherfuckers really can't add and subtract. They depending on the phone like they not sharp. Motherfuckers having problem with multiplications. Because everything is on the phone. You can't do it in your head. That shit confuses you. It frustrates you. I saw people's faces. When you ask them to do a multiplication, motherfucker be mad. Like, fuck, nigga, what you asking about that? Why I gotta do this in my head? Where my phone at? Where my phone at? Everything, where my phone at? To the point the phone gonna be thinking for you. It's already doing it. Motherfuckers out here, they phone thinking for them. Y'all need to think about that. I think I need to post that. Why is your phone thinking for you? When y'all be repeating people posting shit that y'all ain't even dig into, the phone is thinking for you. And it's putting out an image of you. And then when you don't like that image, it's like, just the phone, that stuff, I just be like, shut up. You living in that motherfucker. That's why you be doing it. So before I ride out, because even though I was late, I gotta be on time now. We got another show jumping off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I respect the system, because it works. You know what I'm saying? But we are doing a collaboration with Swarthmore College, Reentry Farms, and Huntington Park Group. I don't want to get their name wrong. I'm gonna try to look it up. But we doing a couple different things. So one, we have a solar program where we're going to teach people how to install solar panels and how to just understand the importance of solar, the whole nine. So we on November 1st at the event space 2331 North Broad Street, or 2321 North Broad Street, Cornerstone Drop, Eddie's House Cornerstone Drop-In Center. So that's 2331, 2321 North Broad Street, right off of Broad in York, Eddie's House Cornerstone Drop-In Center, November 1st. We're doing like a presentation to tell people about this resource that we're offering, which is teaching people how to install solar, being certified in that skill set. Like I said, Swarthmore College is a part of it. Eddie's House is definitely all in it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to provide the service. We're going to help promote the service. We want young folks 18 or older, and we're leaning more towards young women. If we can get young women 18 and older who want to get a skill set, learn about solar, the importance of solar to the environment, and just getting a skill set of learning how to install solar. November 1st, we are having like a meet and greet to kind of tell people about the resource, a little presentation from all of the organizations that are involved, and to tell people when it's starting. So again, November 1st, make sure y'all pull up. 2321 North Broad Street, 2331 North Broad Street, right off of Broad in York. Eddie's House Cornerstone Drop-In Center, Swarthmore College, Reentry Farms on 49th and Gerard, my brother Stan, Dwayne, all them brothers down there, and the sisters that be down there putting the work in. We gonna do right by this situation. Farm, I think it's Black Farmer Stan Black Farmer. I apologize, brother. He'll be up here next week to get it right for me. But and a couple of them will be up here. But look for us. We're gonna be out passing out the flyers. Huntington Park. My bad. One thing before I get out of here. One John. I gotta find it. But come through, man. This is a resource that's needed. You know what I mean? Even if you just gonna put these solar panels in your house and get your electric bill correct, you know what I'm saying? However you gonna do it, this is a skill set that's needed, and the planet needs us to understand it. So it's a solar event. You know what I'm saying? And the group is, before I slide, Huntington Park Community Solar Initiative. They'll be the one conducting the classes. Eddie's House will be helping to facilitate, promote, bring folks in. Swarthmore College going to be there, same thing, facilitating, helping get the information out there, help knowing that it's done right with the professors on deck. Ariza, Giovanni. I know I'm forgetting other people's names, but shout out to all the students. We're going to get this work done. And like I said, if you're a man, you need to be responsible for something, and people need to know that that responsibility is real in you. If you 50, stop trying to rap Lil Durk lyrics and wear tight ass pants and whatever the new sneaks is that you run around with dunks on. Not saying that it's wrong for you to wear dunks, but if you wearing dunks because your 15-year-old is wearing dunks, I have a problem with that. And we need to fortify our position to where our children are looking up to us and getting cues from us again. Shout out to Z. Come on. Right here. Come on. We about to roll. Come on, right here. She went to school for Dress to Impress Day. She got fucking makeup on. We gonna have a problem after the show. But she is dressed to impress, and I'm so happy that she's happy to go to school, and she ain't out here fighting nobody. You understand what I'm saying? All right, what? All right, we out, man. Good looking too. Shout out to everybody from GLOCAWEAR, all the fam, man. Make sure y'all check out the show that's coming up next, man. We do what we do around here. That's what we doing out here. I'm out.